Welcome to the world of Boccia. And what better way to start your day than with some quarter-final action from the Paralympic Games. The South Paris Arena, hall number 1, hosting the competition. And day 4 is where the medals start being decided. We're into the knockout stages. Session 7 will cut the number of players remaining before the first medals of Paris 2024 are decided in the evening's play. So on court 3, these are the matches we will be bringing you. David Smith looking for a three-peat, a 2-time Paralympic champion in the mixed BC1 competition will be first up. Then the women's individual BC1 semi-final and the BC2 to follow. The quarter-final line-up for the men's individual BC1. The first time this title has existed at the Paralympic Games. Getting us underway, Thomas Král of Slovakia taking on David Smith of Great Britain. Conditions in the South Paris Arena have been excellent for this competition. David Smith booking his place in this quarter-final, finishing top of his group at Pool A with 2 wins. And second in Group B for Thomas Král, taking him through to this quarter-final. Have a little warm-up. Referee Carlos Oliveira of Argentina will be guiding us through. Now, if Boccia is a brand new sport to you, we can have a little discussion about what will be happening next on the court, which is the size of a badminton court. There's a white jack ball that will be pushed into play by David Smith, who's going to be playing in red. There's a coin toss done in the call room beforehand, and the person who wins the toss can choose to go first or second. First is always red, but some players choose to go second. That's Thomas Král of Slovakia. 35 years old, from Banca Bystrica in Slovakia. It's his 4th Paralympic Games. Competed in London and in Rio as well as Tokyo, finishing 9th in the team competition in Tokyo. 4th in the World Championships in Beijing's World Team Competition way back in 2014. So plenty of experience from the Slovakian. In the United Kingdom, this man is the poster child for Boccia. David Smith, gold medalist in the individual mixed competition in Rio. And then the first Paralympian to defend the title in Tokyo. Wins over Daniel Perez and Jose Oliveira in the group stages. Looking for a 3rd Paralympic gold medal in a row, but it is a new category because at Paris 2024, it's no longer a mixed competition. It's the first time we have men's and women's gold medals. Just a little trip across the channel for the British fans, or La Manche, as they call it in France. So there's going to be plenty of support for this man who dyes his hair, because when he first started in Beijing, he was told by a teammate that everybody dyed their hair. So he dyed his hair red, only to find out that nobody else had. But it was lucky for him, and it is a tradition he maintains now. The Mohican comes out, as does the dye, and David Smith, very, very obvious and noticeable and recognisable with his hair. So Thomas Král just getting a final few words of encouragement. It's a big ask for him, but Boccia, well, one ball can change a game. So we're ready for the BC1 quarter-final match between David Smith of Great Britain and Thomas Král of Slovakia. The white jack ball being handed to David Smith, who will play in red. He has an assistant with him. Sarah Nolan is not there today. Just needs a little help getting hold of the ball. And we'll keep this short and as far away from his opponent as possible, looking to use the angles to his advantage and not his. Now you hear him calling one. All 6 of these balls have different characteristics and do different jobs. Some will be harder and some will be softer than others. Leather balls filled with plastic granules. And this is a game of strategy. And you'll be in no doubt when David is happy that he's played the right shots. So the red ball is closest to the jack. Thomas Král will throw now. His dad, Pavel, has been his coach as well as his sport assistant for most of his competitive career. Quarterfinal at the Paralympic Games. Doesn't get a lot bigger at this stage of a competition. You just see the ball being prepared. The softer balls, the granules are quite loose in the bag with a leather container, and the sport assistant will prepare the ball. So just making contact on the red there, but still red scoring, and until the blue is closer, Thomas Král will continue to throw. Just shows what a quality first shot that was by David Smith. A soft ball cozying right up against the jack, making it really difficult to shift. He has sight of the jack now. There we go. So the gauge is going to come out here over the shoulder, and that just knocks the red, cozies up against the white. And our referee will have the gauge out, has looked and says that blue is now closest. Red is still closest, rather, so blue will continue to play. A little bit of frustration there because the jack was hit and he's going to have to throw again now. This is a great opportunity potentially for David Smith to take an early lead. Ball number 5 in hand for Thomas Král of Slovakia. Going to perhaps look to move that blue onto the white. And it is now red to play. Just enough to nudge it forward. The red ball like the centre of a flower with blue petals on one side. Players in the BC1 category must ensure that their wheelchair's tucked inside the box. the harder balls there, looking to split the pack. Potentially at the moment, possibly two blues scoring. Red just away from the jack. 4 balls to come for the 35-year-old who lives in Swansea in Wales, in Great Britain. It's the 5th Paralympic Games now. See the momentum's shifted. It's now the blue that has parked itself tightly onto the jack. Considering his options.
Breaks.
Making sure the chair is a steady platform. So I think we're going to see a bit of power coming in here. That's a good enough shot. The red stays in at play at the back, doesn't touch the white line. Blue still closest. So it'll be ball number 5 for David Smith. One of the softer balls coming out. And these can really hunker down onto the playing surface. Looking to lob it over the top, maybe.
Yeah,
or just roll it in position. We saw there was a channel open there. Definitely happier with that. Final ball of this first end of 4 for Thomas Král of Slovakia. Just wondering if he can adjust himself for a better angle. Checking his parking. I think the wheelchair's adapted there, so he can get good support with that right hand and pops that in there, looking to close the channel and prevent any more points being scored by David Smith. With his final ball, he'll be looking to try and score 2 in this first end. How wide is the gap? It's always about trying to score without doing too much damage to the good work already put in. And that just goes long and becomes a dead ball. Won't score, but it will be 1 point for David Smith. And the harder balls roll a little further and just takes a while to get used to the conditions inside the arena as well. An early lead for the 2-time individual champion at the Paralympic Games. David Smith leads by 1. Yes! Delighted with his first shot, laying up on the jack. It was Thomas Král's efforts to split that up, cozying those all around, and then just opening it up wide enough to send in this winning shot.
Yeah, come on.
A little ricochet off the blue. And we're ready to start end 2 of 4. Thomas Král with the jack. Balancing his preferred shots with an opportunity to attack the weaknesses of his opponent. That's how boccia works. A lot of mind games going on here. It's all about strategy. I'll see some explosive hitting as well. That's a pretty good shot. It's the 5-time Paralympic medalist into action. Just checking his angles.
Breaks, 1.
Some extra breaks in the back. And number 1 of the softer balls. You can see how Smith's fingers get a really good grip on that. This one won't roll too far. It should slow up once it hits the surface. That wasn't what he intended.
Breaks off.
Manoeuvring for a better angle.
Deep.
Changing his mind about which ball he wants to use. His hands do get very sweaty. That's one of the reasons why he has a sport assistant with him. Very much there as an assistant. Can't coach, won't be giving any advice, will be just helping out. And that is one of the things with David's condition is his hands do get sweaty, and let's make sure he's got a very firm grip on that ball before putting it into play.
Yeah, there we go.
He's happy with that. We'll throw again. That's the opportunity to be able to push that one further forward towards the jack now, using it as a guide. Backspin on it and moves that brilliantly into position onto the jack. And from being 1 down, he's scoring 2. Thomas Král will now be looking how he is going to upset the apple cart, so to speak. And this man from Slovakia do. He's been playing for a long time. He got the split in 2003. Just moves that red, which can be potentially taken out a little further down the line. Cool and composed. Just nudges it slightly closer. That's not entirely what he intended. He was hoping potentially to clear the way a bit. Played 2-1-1 in the competition, just 3 players in each pool of this competition. It's on 50% of the ends he's played. Nice shot, but because of the way those reds are ranked up, it kind of closed up around the jacks, making it really difficult for the Slovakian. Find a way in. Ball number 5. Patted into shape by his father, sport assistant Pavel. Still 3 red balls scoring at this point. Just wants to have a little closer look. Readjust that position. See what he can do with the final ball. Six balls apiece. And you can score with all 6, and potentially you can score more than 6 in an end if penalties are incurred by your opponent. But it's about damage limitation now, because David Smith's in a very strong position to put on a big score here. Well, we'll want to try and limit that as much as possible. That was a brilliant shot, sneaking in and reducing that deficit down to just 1 ball at the moment. And he found the way in through that channel, popped it in the pocket. And I think that was the best he could do in that situation. You can see the texture of the balls vary as well. The suede balls do not stick to the surface, they roll. This is a big hit coming.
Yeah!
Exactly what he wanted. Senses an opportunity to put on a big score here. Now, in Boccia, it's a cumulative score, so the match is decided by who has the most points at the end. We have 4 ends. The referee just wants to get the gauge out and see whether it is blue or red that is currently closest. Even though Kral has thrown all his balls, so red is closest. Scoring 2, I believe.
1 minute.
Gives him a 1-minute warning, which means, as you can see, the clock in the top left is ticking down. Both balls have to be played before that goes down to 0. This is number 5.
Oh, nearly.
We're getting our own commentary from David Smith. Final ball of this second end. that was beautifully played. And it looks like 3 scored for David Smith, who extends his lead at the halfway point of this match. Playing at a distance and banking 3 points with 2 ends played and 2 ends to go. David Smith leads 4-0. David Smith of Great Britain with the jack. End 3 of this quarter-final in the men's individual BC1 competition. Able to breathe a little easier. 4-0 up after 2 ends. Master of his own destiny on the court, as he is in life. Leading a fully independent life in Swansea. Look at that, what a beauty. Positions that red ball to completely cover the white from the sight of Thomas Krul. He's going to be looking to take that red ball off the jack, give himself a better opportunity for a score. Furthest that Thomas Krul has got at a Paralympic Games. That will do. Blue ball declared dead. Goes and sits in its side bench until the conclusion of this end. Better options for Thomas Krul now. Doesn't hang around with his throw once his decision is made. To the right of the red and slightly past the jack. Closest on though, which means it will be David Smith OBE to play next. Attempting to win gold at a 3rd successive Paralympic Games. Man who started playing boccia as an excuse to get out of doing homework. I think he's been doing a lot more homework as a result, because you see pictures of him training, rowing in front of the television in his rowing machine, building his strength. Pushing the red on and putting his opponent back into play. just indicating he wants to go and have a closer look, so he will be taken right up. Seeing where the gaps are, how he can use the balls that are already on the court to his advantage. Boccia is new to you. Hope you're enjoying a more relaxed Paralympic sport. I say relaxed, it does get very tense. It does require a lot of concentration from players and viewers alike. Second guessing where the athletes are going to play their next shot. Thomas Král of Slovakia. To find a way back into this match, and that's a beautiful throw. Goes high, and then just using his own ball to direct that second one onto the jack, and even David Smith liked that one.
Breaks 6.
So looking for a bit of a smash and grab here potentially to remove some of those blue balls. Brilliant effort, not one but two blue balls taken out of the equation. Literally two birds with one stone from David Smith. Right between them, separates the pair. Explosive power. Ball number 4 for Král. Oh, he liked that. This is a real battle of wits between these two men. Ball number 4 for Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the little torch coming out this time, so it must be very close. Equidistant, says our official, Carlos Oliveira, which means that David Smith will throw again. Nothing between the two balls touching the jack. For another little nudge here to try and change that. Oh, that was beautifully done. I just see Smith lobbing this, and it bullies its way past its own red and then persuades that blue to be on its way. Slightly reduced now by that furthest red on the left. Thomas Král to find a way in past that without advancing it any closer to the jack. Ultimate ball. So looking to push the jack back towards his two blue, which are behind. into the equation if that jack ball moves backwards. His final ball. Let's see what it is. Just knocking the red in, so it's looking good for David Smith at the moment. The blue ball stopping a score of 3. No, I think that was 3 indicated by Carlos Oliveira. Holds up his paddle and then puts the number with his fingers of how many balls are closest to the jack. One more ball to come for David Smith. Opportunity to put one foot in the semi-final of the Paralympic Games with this throw. Just keeps that out of trouble. The referee inviting the athletes on. 2 scored. Well, that does make things very comfortable for David Smith going into the final end of this quarter-final match in the men's BC1 competition. With 6 balls to throw, he leads 6-0. End 4 in this men's individual BC1 quarter-final match. It's been absolutely gripping stuff. But when it's come down to the scoring, David Smith has put the points on the board. 6-0 up going into this final end. As Thomas Krell puts the jack into play. Halfway down the court, just over 6 metres. Looking to put this in a position to obstruct the view of David Smith. Still has a good option to lay his own red up against that. Going for one of the harder balls. Need to push the jack back. Take the blue out of the equation. Unsuccessful with his first throw. And we'll throw again. Softer ball this time. To lay this up. It's not so bad. See how important that is as the end unfurls. He'll be looking to take control of the jack. Swaps that one out. It's one of the harder balls. Suede covering on it. Gives it more momentum over the surface. And conditions in the arena can make a big difference to how the ball travels along the surface as well. If it's quite warm in the arena, then the softer balls don't travel so far. They're very sticky. They'll stick to the surface, and the longer balls won't roll so much. As it gets cooler, they go further. Just wants to make sure his hands are as dry as they can be. Like that. It rolled on again, so we'll have to take the next throw again. Liked how it left his hand, but just it rolled away. So I thought it was going to roll towards the jack. Ball number 4. Chance to have a little reset here. The red and the blue hair only comes out for the Paralympic Games. Mohawk comes out for competition. Cost of hair products going up substantially every 4 years. Or 3, if there is a delay to the Paralympic cycle for David Smith. Yeah, not his best end at the moment, David Smith. As he's burned pretty much all his ammunition. Damage limitation now.
1 minute.
Remember, Thomas Krall could score 6 if he finds a vein of form. And that acts as a rather handy guard to just make things as difficult as possible for the Slovakian. He wants to take a closer look. Score 6 in one end. We'll be heading towards a tie-break. Not over till it's over. The final ball's being thrown. Plenty of time. Focus. His best performance at a Paralympic Games to date. That will not score. So those 2 guard balls in position by David Smith, doing what was required of them, cutting down the scoring opportunities for Thomas Krall. bit wayward there. Touch of a spasm as he threw. Representing his country for nearly 20 years. And his debut in 2005 at the European Championships in Portugal. That's much more like it. Although still scoring just the one. Good to get a point on the board. Albeit at the end of the competition. A little nudge here, make that two. Still just the one ball scoring there. And the final throw for the Slovakian. Who has been outplayed by two-time Paralympic champion David Smith. Three very good ends from the British player. That's a nice roll on. Still, I think, just the 1 point. 1 point scored by Thomas Král in the fourth end, which gives him enough to win the end. But David Smith of Great Britain is going into the semi-finals. Continues his quest to win gold at a third successive Games. The world number one's looking pretty good in competition in Paris 2024. So the formalities at the end of the game. Balls will be retrieved, having been given a final check by Carlos Oliveira of Argentina. The balls are checked before the games as well. Make sure they are the right size. They're not too small, they're not too heavy. They go through a metal detector to make sure nothing has been inserted into the plastic granules to make them run differently. And then we have final confirmation. It's like the equivalent of signing your card in golf here. Both agree that the result is accurate and fair. That was a pretty good performance from David Smith. Won't be entirely happy with how he played the final end, but the first three, there wasn't really much wrong with that at all. Time to recover before returning for a semi-final match at Paris 2024. Confirmation of the result. David Smith beats Thomas Král 6 points to 1 in the men's individual BC1 quarter-final. And he awaits the results of the match between Ramos of Portugal and Jung of the Republic of Korea to see who he will face in the semi-final. On the other side of the draw, Saiafa of Indonesia will take on Lang of Hong Kong, China.
and gentlemen, let's welcome the athletes and referees for the semifinal of the men's and women's individual BC1, BC2, and BC4 round.
Sur le court numéro 3, court number 3, l'arbitre du Canada, referee from Canada, Gary Van Vlies. Représentant Singapore, representing Singapore, Yiting Jerry Han. Représentant le Japon, representing Japan, Hillary Endo. Sur le terrain numéro 1, court number 1, l'arbitre de l'Australie, referee from Australia, C. Bates. Représentant le Bermude, representing Bermuda, Uche Andrade. Representant la France, representing France, representant l'Ukraine, representing Ukraine, Artem Koliko. Representant la Colombie, representing Colombia, Edison Chikatika. Sur le court numéro 4, en court number 4, l'arbitre de la Colombie, referee from Colombia, John Moreno. Representant la Croatie, representing Croatia, Davor Omar. Representant la Grande-Bretagne, representing Great Britain, Stephen McGuire. Court number 5, court number 5, l'arbitre de la Belgique, referee from Belgium, Ronnie Manaska. Representant le Portugal, representing Portugal, Cristina Gonçalves. Et représentant l'Indonésie, representing Indonesia, Isha Zayana. Sur le court numéro 6, on court number 6, l'arbitre du Brésil, referee from Brazil, Loreno Kikuchi. Représentant la Grande-Bretagne, representing Great Britain, Claire Taggart. Représentant la République de Corée, representing the Republic of Korea, John Solion. Sur le court numéro 7, on court number 7, l'arbitre du Portugal, referee from Portugal, David Enriquez. Représentant l'Indonésie, representing Indonesia, Mohamed Bintan Miranda. Et représentant la Slovaquie, representing Slovakia, Robert Pencic. Sur le court numéro 8, on court number 8, l'arbitre de Hong Kong Chine, referee from Hong Kong China, Chan Oli. Représentant la Thaïlande, representing Thailand, Bob Sangapa. Également représentant la Thaïlande, also representing Thailand, Ochanapon Boccia.
Welcome to Boccia at the South Paris Arena, where the women's individual BC1 competition has reached the semi-final stage. Two tantalising matches on the courts. We'll be focusing on Yiting Tan of Singapore against Endo Hiromi of Japan. Plenty of noise for Orly Aubert, France, looking to keep the home crowd happy. This is court 3. We have 2 players unbeaten in the competition so far at Paris 2024. Both making their debuts at the Paralympic Games. Gary Van der Wies of Canada, who will be our referee for the match. Of experience. Vivian family, his son Jos, former player for Canada, now the shift of mission for the Canadian team. As we see Endo Hiromi just finishing her warm-up. This is a player who can score points freely on her own throw. A total of 17 points in those 3 matches. She's won 13 of them on her own throw. 7-0 against Dora Basic of Croatia in the quarterfinals. 7-0, very comfortable win. Yi Ting Tang of Singapore, again, has had a great competition. Everything's gone her way. So this could be a very, very tight semi-final. The closest match for her against Andresa Oliveira of Brazil, 7-5 in the quarter-final. Victory for either of the women today will guarantee them a medal at Paris 2024. And it will be the first time that a gold medal has been awarded in gender individual competitions. BC1 women's gold medal will be awarded for the first time. It's been a mixed competition until now. And there really is a fantastic atmosphere in this arena. Always is when the French can get behind a home player. And they are very generous with their support for all the athletes taking part. Tang just trying to zone in to her game. We're ready for the women's individual BC1 semi-final at the South Paris Arena. As the crowd get ready for a countdown. I love a bit of crowd participation. And the white jack ball is given to Yi Ting Tang of Singapore, helped by her sport assistant. Let's see, this will go wide. Not too far over that V line, into play. And it will be followed up by her own red ball. Well, this is a big moment for Tan into the semi-finals of Paralympic Games for the first time. Just a little bit to the right of the ball as we're looking at it. She would have preferred that slightly further over to make this next shot difficult for Endo Hiromi of Japan. .38 years old. Bronze medalist at the World Championships in Rio. It just goes a little wide. It's understandable. Few nerves at the beginning of this semi-final, and the adrenaline will be pumping, so some of these shots may be a little more powerful than intended to start with. Endo just visualising her shot there. Got a good line on the jack. One a little wayward too. Serves a purpose though. Just cuts down the options for Yi Ting Tang on that jack and on that red ball of her own. That's, oh, just again skidding by. So she'll play again. The red ball closest, and until a blue ball is closer, she will continue to throw. Now, she would benefit from the jack moving back. Two of her balls having gone past. It's a very soft ball. You can see it's sagging as it sits on the arm of her chair. It's this one to sit on the jack. There we go. Scoring 2 at this point. You can just see overhand, taking some of the momentum out by bouncing it, and then it just rolls into place. Not quite full on the jack, but that's not a bad thing, because if it is knocked on by Tan, it could sit tight. Open things up a little bit for the Singaporean. There's a channel in on that white. "35 years old. Took up the sport while studying in Singapore. Exactly what she wanted. Although it might just bounce back a bit and she'll have to play again. So blue or red? I think blue's closest. Red to go again. But she can park this one behind. So coach Yonita Omar preparing the ball. There we go. How's that? Oh, this could be equidistant. Blue to play. So red has advanced onto that jack ball. Ricochet. And they're just wanting to take a look, see how she can best use her 5th ball. Just come too far to the right. careful thoughts with this final ball. Well, has split things up. Measure needed. It's taken the jack ball off the red. So blue have played all their shots. Red to go with 2 more. What can Tan do here? She'd like a big score in the first end of 4. Remember, it's a cumulative score. If you're new to Boccia, it's points scored, not ends won. That's a lovely little nudge. And that's looking like 2 scoring at the moment. Oh, great angle to see the ricochet and the roll. Now, this last ball, she may be considering a roll and up. Pop the ball on the top like a cherry on the cake. Good scoring opportunity here. Not quite enough legs on it. And I think that may have pushed the jack back to score just the one. The calipers are going to come out. Just not quite able to roll up and on top. And the red ball that was in there, it's one of the suede balls, slightly harder and more likely to move on this surface rather than sit tight. So red scoring. And Gary van der Wies will wait for the athletes to return to their positions and show us 1 red scored. 1 finger on the paddle. So fantastic support for meeting Geraldine Tan. She takes the advantage after the first of the 4 ends. Great support at the South Paris Arena and an increasingly well-educated crowd enjoying the throws. Endo Hiromi enjoys having control of the jack, scoring a total of 17 points in the competition so far, and 13 of those won on her own throw. It's been a very good competition for her. First time at the Paralympic Games, and this is a semi-final, 1 match away from a guaranteed medal. We see the full length of the boccia court, size of a badminton court. Quite often, competition very, very closely played up at the top. different categories, some athletes really struggle to get the power to send the ball down to the far end of the court. Power and precision, the name of the game. Soft hands needed as well for some of those more delicate shots just past the V line. Geraldine Tan. Just popping that one past. Well, could be useful a little bit later on. Measure required to decide. What do you think? Blue closest? Blue closest. Red to play again. Athletes in Boccia using adaptations that suit their game to help them find the best line of attack. Pendulum swing of the arm to get some power down. Acting as a guard just to obstruct any attack from Endo. This will be ball number 3. Now this one she'll be aiming right for the jack. That's a lovely effort. Now there is a channel between the two. And again, she's still furthest away at this point, so we'll play again. Really testing, putting the jack ball so far down the court. Elevating, and you can see the athletes can't help but enjoy it whoever is being supported in the arena. It's one of the harder balls. Oh, what a shot. Great support all the way from Singapore. So one of the harder balls rolling, and perhaps just hoping maybe it would have a little contact with that red, but that looks pretty comfortable. Endo Hiromi takes her turn. Ball number 2. She placed the jack at the far end of the court. Good power in that arm. Going for the overhead throw. Holding the ball underneath the wrist, which gives less opportunity for the wrist to turn over and hold the ball upright. The possibility is the release, that the wrist turns over and the ball doesn't fly true. One of the most inclusive of the parasports boccia, because the adaptations are available to enable a wide variety of players to compete fairly. Ball number 5. Endo of Japan. You may wonder why she wants it turned just so. All of these balls have been thrown so many times. She knows which one is more likely to come to the left or the right. Wants to get it so that it's rolling true. That's a good effort, but it has Tan hoped roll forward towards the jack. And this will be the last ball for Hiromi. Endo Hiromi of Japan. On its way, just sailing through. So 1 point on the side for Geraldine Tan at the moment, who scored 1 in the first end on her throw. And she has decided that she will take the point. Let's just check how many are scored. At the end, 2 scored. She takes a 3-0 advantage, deciding that discretion the better part of valour, and that if she threw again, there was a chance she may have just upset the balance there. 2 points. Very useful in the second end, and at the halfway stage of this women's individual BC1 semi-final, it's Geraldine Tan of Singapore who leads by 3 points to 0 over Japan's Endo Hiromi. With the throw, Geraldine Tan of Singapore at the start of the third end. Victory here will guarantee a medal at the Paralympic Games of Paris 2024. But it's not over yet. Still has work to do. Down the eye patch to 0 in on the line. She's going to take with her guard ball. Anita Omar, the coach, assisting, sport assistant role. not coaching. That's pretty good. See the ball hard up on the jack. Just making it a little more difficult for Endo Hiromi to see the white ball, but she's got real power, so you could see her go for a master blast here to separate the blue, the red and the white. Here's the throw. That's more like it. Tan comes back into play. Great teamwork with the sport assistant, enabling the athlete has the best opportunity to play the best shot. I'm just looking to clip the side of the jack there and move it back. Missing by a fraction. This looks to me like a bit of a rock coming here. The ball is made, as we've told you countless times before, but for those who know less about boccia, they're filled with plastic granules, and the hard ones can feel like cricket balls, really hard. That's exactly what she wanted. They will move back the other way. You see the sports assistant preparing the ball, making sure that all those granules are in the right place. Ball is properly in shape. Great shot. Just takes the pace out with the bounce. Pulled a little bit on the ricochet. Good enough for now. Ball number 4 for Geraldine Tan of Singapore, into the semi-finals of the Paralympic Games for the first time in her playing career, on her Paralympic debut. Well, her support team and fans absolutely love that shot. wedging in between the blue and the jack. An opportunity to ricochet on that blue and push it forward onto the jack. Trying to push it on. Ball number 5. Really needs to score at this end, the Japanese. That wasn't the plan. 1 ball to come in end 3 for Endo of Japan. She's trailing 3-0 after 3 ends. 1 to come. Things can change quite rapidly in boccia. 1 mistake. 1 brilliant shot. But it's very much advantage Tan. Now, she is a cautious player, and we could well see her decide not to throw these final 2 balls, or just put things out of reach. Shaking those plastic granules, rounding the ball, getting it back into shake. Visualising the throw. Tan knows that a score of 2 will make it very difficult for Endo to get back into this match. And a shake of the head. You can see what the plan is. It's potentially to advance the red. It's slightly further away from the jack, onto it, and to score 2. One scored, definitely. Just to check. With the calipers coming out, just to see what the difference is between the next 2 closest balls. Gary van der Wies on the calipers. I think could be a score of 2. Have a look on the paddle. 2 scored. Now that is brilliant play from the Singaporean, who is in complete control going into the final end. And her support team and fan club are having a great day at the South Paris Arena, because Geraldine Tan is 5-0 up with 1 end to play. Well, it's been a brilliant performance in this women's BC1 semi-final. So far for Singapore's Geraldine Tan, who has edged further in front with every end, scoring 1 in the first, 3-0 up after 2, and 5-0 up going into the final end. Now, it is possible to score 6 in one end of Boccia. And Endo Hiromi has proved that she can do that. But it's a very, very big ask. This one going down the court again. Oh, right beside the sight line. Now, if the jack ball were to stray onto the white line, it would be re-spotted in the centre of the court. So let's see how this one plays out. That will go dead. The plan there, potentially, to use a ball as a guard on the sideline. She has all the work to do. Endo Hiromi, every one of her balls has to score now if she is going to take this to a tie-break. But at this moment in time, it's Geraldine Tan who's heading into the final. The first time the women's individual BC1 competition has been held. A mixed competition until now. First time ever, there will be an individual women's champion in the BC1 competition. It's a lovely shot, just beautifully paced. And Tan doesn't need to score, she just needs to get in the way of her opponent. Force her to play the shots. And remember, every one of these balls needs to count. Surely too much to ask from Endo Hiromi. Far enough. Little readjustment. Very carefully before getting this one on its way. And that has gone out of play. And taking with it any hope of progressing through to the gold medal match. Played a beautiful competition. came into the semi-final undefeated, having won 17 points and 13 of those on her own throw. Tang comes back into play. Blue surely closer than the red. And with just one played. Doesn't need to score. She's 5-0 up in the match. She has 5 more balls to throw. What a position to be in. Still see that she is entirely focused on this match. Concentration right to the end. Go out. And the harder balls. This is a brilliant opportunity for the Singaporean to get a real feel for the court. Court 3. This will be used for all the medal matches. We'll be bringing you all of those. One blue scoring at the moment. Red will go again. Still blue scoring, so ball number 5 likely to come from red. Deep breath. Long moments for her. She knows that it's highly likely that she's on her way to the final. The first time there will be an individual medal awarded to women and men as a result since the competition back in 1984. It was the first time that Boccia came to the Paralympic Games. Classifications were slightly different since 1984. It's been a mixed BC1 category. But in an effort to encourage more women to take up the sport, the genders have been split, and the quality of the competition as a result has been absolutely outstanding. Last ball to come for Tan. And then there will be one more to come from Endo Hirome. Just pops another mine in the minefield. make it as tricky as possible for Endo to score any more than the one that she's currently sitting on. She'll want to keep learning about conditions, because Endo will go through to the bronze medal match. Still a chance of a medal. Van der Wies. Just rolls through, and the celebrations start in earnest in the stands. One scored by Endo Hirome of Japan. It's not enough. She's going to the gold medal match at the Paralympic Games. Hair-raising stuff. The first time the women's individual BC1 competition has been held, and Geraldine Tan will go for gold. Well, it's hard not to get wrapped up in the emotion. She kept her composure all the way through that match, turning the screws on her opponent. Consistency paying out. She's guaranteed to go home to Singapore with at least a medal. She could go home as Paralympic champion. Well, everybody is invested so much in Paralympic competition. Endo Hirome has had a great competition here in Paris as well. Endo Satomi, her mum, her support assistant. A lot to take in. Guaranteed a medal. It could be gold. Job done. And there is still a medal to fight for Endo Hirome. The bronze medal match will await. Geraldine Tan, what a great place to have a photograph taken when you're looking at a screen with your name in lights, winner flashing, the Marseillaise ringing around the arena. Feels like a victory song. A glorious anthem of the hosts here in Paris. What a match. Confirmation that Geraldine Tan of Singapore goes through to the gold medal match at Paris 2024. And she awaits her opponent, which will come from The match involving Aurélie Aubert of France and Andrade of Bermuda. The loser of that match going through to fight for bronze against Endo Hiromi.
Représentant Hong Kong Chine, representing Hong Kong, China, Sean Yuen. Et représentant Malaisie, representing Malaysia, Noor Eskusame Matsalin. Cornell Sang, court number 5, that being dedicated to Korea. Referee from the Republic of Korea, Chong Long-hoon. Representant Australia, representing Australia, Jameson Leeson. Representant Brazil, representing Brazil, Edwin Cato. Cornell Sang, court number 6, that being dedicated. Referee from Greece, Eleni Ninou. Representant Hong Kong Chine, representing Hong Kong, China, Ouyuan King. Et représentant la République de Corée, representing the Republic of Korea, Kang Sun-hee. Court number 7, l'arbitre de l'Espagne, referee from Spain, Antonio Ceballos. Représentant l'Australie, representing Australia, Daniel Michel. Representant la Grèce, representing Greece, Grigorios Polikoudis. Court number 8, l'arbitre du Mexique, referee from Mexico, Celina Hernandez. Representant la Pologne, representing Poland, Damian Istrisky. Representant la République de Corée, representing the Republic of Korea, John Owan.
Welcome back to the South Paris Arena and hall number 1, home to Paralympic Boccia. Boccia, one of 2 sports not played at the Olympic Games. And we have a women's individual semi-final ahead, the BC4 classification, Lin of China against Chica Chica of Colombia. Both bidding to become the first women's individual BC4 champion at the Paralympic Games. Chica Chica booking her place in the semi-finals with a great win over the great Canadian Alison Levine. And then coming past Portugal's Oliveira to make the last 4. A victory in this match will guarantee a medal. But since gender-specific competition came in, we will have a first-time Paralympic champion. Just 1 defeat for Lin of China. Chica Chica with a perfect record in the competition. Sandra Monteiro of Portugal, who will be in charge of the paddle for us, refereeing today's semi-final. It's been a magnificent atmosphere once again in the arena. French competition continuing into day 4, and British competition as well. And very loud fans, very supportive fans. We've seen great Singaporean fans as well. The entire world coming to Paris to enjoy the Paralympics. Lin Ximei of the Republic, the People's Republic of China. It's her 3rd Paralympic Games. That's finished an individual competition in Rio. Finished 3rd in the World Championship pairs in Beijing in 2014. Comes here as pairs champion from Hangzhou in the Asian Para Games. 2nd silver medal in the individual. And a silver medal at the Pan American Games for Lady Chica Chica in Santiago de Chile. She has a perfect record. Hasn't been beaten yet in Paris. Cool and confident all the way through. How much would she like to maintain that record and guarantee herself at least a silver medal? For both of them, it's their best performance ever at a Paralympic Games. They're almost ready to get underway. The white jackball being held by referee Sandra Monteiro. Here we go then for the women's individual BC4 semi-final between Ling of China and Chica Chica of Colombia. The white jackball being presented to the Colombian, who will play with red. Sandra Monteiro, our referee from Portugal. Let's see how far this is going to go. Right-handed player, Chica Chica, just crossing over that white V line, keeping it really close to her. And now looking to obstruct the view of her opponent. Blue comes into play with red closest to the jack. And that's how play will alternate. Let's tell you a little bit about Lin Ximei as she prepares for her first throw. Nice. Splits the red from the jack, which gives her the opportunity to lay up and take control. 29 years old, from Jiang in China, but was born in Guangzhou. And was scouted to take up the sport in 2012. Just a little check from the referee. Just see a little bit of height on the ball there, slowing it up, and rolling into position. One of the softer balls. Blue slightly closer, so red to play. Lady Chica Chica, world champion in the pairs in Rio de Janeiro. Silver in the individual. Best result at the Paralympic Games in Tokyo last time round. But she's really come into form in this Paralympic cycle. That's a nicely placed ball, one of the softer ones, it's going to just sit tight. You can watch it sag as it sits there. It's like it's breathing out, resting up against the white ball. Oh, and that's a beautiful lob. Textbook. Clapped on by Tan Wei Lin, the national coach of China. Pendulum throw. Hand over the ball to stop the wrist turning over. Oh, absolutely perfect. Just letting it fly. And that's a nice demonstration of how you use two balls to take back control. Now the Colombian looks in her bag of tricks. Knows what she's planning to do. She can see the jack, so could just roll this in. Oh, and again, another lob. Break up the relationship between the white and the blue. Perfectly placed. Now, she could look to run on the red ball that's in front and push that forward towards the jack. The difficult part of this sport is sitting by while your opponent takes the shot. Ball number 4 for Chica Chica. There we go, pushing on with a ricochet. And it's textbook stuff from these two so far. Preferring the palm up throw. Contrasting styles from these two. Pendulum throw, get a bit of power, that's lovely as well. So blue to play, red still closer on the ball, and Lin wants to just see for herself. So red scoring 1 at the moment. This is the last ball of the first end for Lin. 4 ends, and the cumulative score will decide the winner. And the winner will go through to the gold medal match.
1 minute.
And that has done the trick. It's pushed blue on, but it's still advantage Colombia. Tapping on there, firmly placing the blue that was already there on there. So 2 balls to come for Lady Chica Chica of Colombia. Oh, that was absolutely spectacular. From scoring 1, she's moved herself into scoring 2. She has one more to come. He's contemplating. Taking a 3-0 lead after the first end would be useful. Doesn't want to do any damage to the good work that she has done already, and the clock just ticking down. She's got 15 seconds to get her ball into court.
10 seconds.
Well, that was, again, beautiful. And I think we've got 3 here from Li Qimei of the People's Republic of China. And with one end played and the balls recovered by her son, Juan Sebastian, in the brightly coloured Colombian uniform, she leads 3-0. Ready to go in end 2, and Lin Qimei has the jack, puts it into play on this boccia court that's the size of a badminton court, so 12.5 meters by 6.1 meters. That's a nice start for the Chinese athlete. Always a lot of careful consideration from Lady Chica Chica, very successful pairs player alongside her brother Edilson, competing in the men's competition. Breaking them up, but not able to get a good look at that white ball. This is BC4 boccia. Athletes have minimal impairments, mainly affect their motor control, full or almost full control of their limbs and trunk, which means that they can throw or kick without any assistive devices. That's a little bit more successful. They're a little bit more light between the blue and the white. And she can attack, be a little more aggressive, or get in the way of Lin of China. Absolutely spot on. Using the blue to ricochet in. It's a great display of power from the Chinese. Splits the pack apart. 2 red scoring at the moment. So she'll throw again with her third ball. red to play. Chica of Colombia. Adding some power into this. It's another perfect shot for her. Just taking the blue off the jack. She's leading 3-0 after the first end, which puts the pressure on Lin of China to find the scores. This is ball number 5. Well, she is just having the most sensational Paralympic Games. She hasn't put a throw wrong in the competition so far. We'll be looking to maintain the momentum. Yi Mei with her 4th ball. We're looking to upset that. She has a good shot at removing that red in the middle between the white and the blue. Blue scoring, final ball to come, the Lady Chica Chica.
10 seconds.
Oh, it's been brilliant. Brilliant boccia. Plenty of time for Lin for her 2 remaining shots. A little bit of work to do. But you've seen the power she's got. She's got great accuracy as well. And this is where the reds that rolled back come into play, because they are still scoring. Chica Chica. That was lovely, rolled up and over, and it's put it into a scoring position. That will be 1 blue. Sandra Montiero, our referee, confirms it with the paddle and with the scoring officials. She's pulled one back.
1 minute.
Lin Yi Mei of China pulls a point back, but it's Chica Chica who leads at the halfway point. So we're heading past the halfway stage. This, the 3rd end of 4. Lady Chica Chica with the jack. leading 3 points to 1. 2 ends to come. There's a lot of boccia still to be played in this match. This one's not going to go far. It crosses the V-line. A lovely soft touch for these short shots. Takes the brakes off. Goes back towards the neutral zone. Give her opponent a fair view of the field of play. There's a big one coming here. That's a fabulous shot. She's got a good grip for her next shot. Looking to lay this one up. Maybe even push the jack back a little bit with it. There we go. Let's see what the view would be like for Lady Chica Chica here. Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. Just a little peek of the white. Digging in her bag for a rock, maybe. Something heavy, something hard. A potential lob to just move that jack away from the blue. Is she going for the white here? Just knocking the blue out of the way. Casually done. Watched on by Juan Sebastian. 17 years old now, her son. Mouse again. I hope you're enjoying seeing this sport at its best. Our camera operator's getting some great shots, but also lovely sound of the bags, or the beads, should I say, inside the boccia balls hitting the playing surface. Has let Lady Chica Chica in. Ball number 4. Seeing the jack move further and further back from its start position. Yeah, looks like she's got a channel through there between the blue and the red. To stop this right on the jack. Just like that. Perhaps would have liked it to have been a little closer and a little further over to the right as we're looking at it, but it'll do. Way back to blue. End 3 in this first women's BC4 semi-final in the individual competition. That's lovely. Closer look for our referee. So blue closest, red to play. Ball number 5. Now, as we look at it, Chica has decisions to make. The blue ball that's scoring is right against her own red, and if she was to move the jack, it may push her red out of the way. Let's move it back a little bit. She could get a score of 2. Up and over. Red closest, blue to play. So many different shots can be played in boccia. Just bounced on the blue before. Red to go, final ball. And Ling Jimei has cleared a way for herself to potentially roll another blue onto the jack with the final ball. Lady Chica is trying to work out how this ball, which looks like one of the harder balls, can stop that. To block the front of the jack here.
10 seconds.
Just so. We've seen the power from the Chinese athlete, and if she can move, she's looking to see how much power she would need to move the jack back to the blue furthest back. Also wanting to check to see what the score is. She doesn't have to throw that last ball. If she thinks there's any danger of upsetting, that's it. She's going to let that ball go dead. She'll take the score. Which means, as we go into the final end, just waiting for confirmation that everybody's happy about how this is going to be scored. I think the gauge may well come out just to prove. Chica taking a really good look, yep, and agrees. Just trying to see how many are being scored here. Because if it's 2, we're going to be level going into the final end. Just the 1.
And finish. 1.
Ling Jimei pulls another one back. 3 ends played, and there's just 1 point in it. But leading the way as we head into the final end is Lady Chica of Colombia. She's 3-2 ahead. Brilliant tactical play from both these athletes in this BC4 semi-final. And this could go either way. Lynn waiting for the jack ball. She has the throw. And this looks like it's going a little further down the court. Not so far. Room to manoeuvre. She needs a score of 1 to level the match, 2 to win it. If the scores are tied at the end of the 4th end, we will go to a tie-break. Lady Chica Chica is just getting better and better. 34 years old. Born and lives in Cali in Colombia. 2 silver medals at the Pan-American Games in Santiago at the end of last year. In the individual BC4 competition and in the pairs with her brother, Edelson. I think she'll be competing here in Paris later this week. Really building the power there, but knocking the blue onto the ball. That's definitely not what she planned. Now she's going right to the back of the box here because she might have a better angle at splitting these two up. The suede balls rolls better along this surface. Again, looking for momentum from the throw. That's better. Bouncing along the surface there. A little harder. Maintaining momentum on the playing surface. Ball number 3. Now she'll be looking to get this close so that Lynn comes in. There we go. Ideally, you want the last ball of the end to either increase your score or undo any damage. There's a big one coming here. Still red scoring, so blue will go again. Just wondering if that bottom blue ball is in the way of Lynn. Here, she could be going for a ricochet, looking to push that front blue on, or using both the blue and the red to direct her blue next to the jack. Colombians' turn to throw ball number 4. At this point, the Chinese still in control. Looking at. Checking that she's parked well inside the lines. And pick up a penalty. Nicely done. Well, that's the throw that we've seen her deliver with confidence throughout this competition, open-handed, and then just sliding it in. Just a slight curl. Each of these balls have different properties. Our athletes know whether they're going to pull to the left or the right. You see all the little drawings and markings on them. Brilliantly done by Lynn. This really is top quality stuff. One for the coaches. The strategy plays out. Ball number 5. 40 seconds to play her last two. Plenty of time.
30 seconds.
Well, that's still blue scoring, so she will have to play her last ball. She wants to minimize any scoring opportunity for Lin of China, who needs 2 to win the match. Currently scoring with 1.
10 seconds.
Is this Jack going further back down the field? Well, that's beautiful because she's scoring 3 at the moment. Lin of China, though, has 2 balls to throw. That nudges the Jack back. Scoring 2 at the moment. Sorry, I'm getting carried away there with my counting. There's a great opportunity, though, for Lin Qimei to win this match. Trailing by 1. She needs 2 points to win. And 1 to take it to a tie-break. It all hinges on her final ball. Can she lay it up closer than the Reds? Swinging for a place in the gold medal match. Oh! And the calipers are going to have to come out because she's definitely scoring 1. And I think that's 2. And that's victory for the Chinese. She was trailing going into the final end. And she's found the 2 points she needed and guaranteed a medal. And Lady Chica Chica's played so beautifully at this tournament.
And finished.
But Boccia is so cruel. Look at that. What absolute jubilation for Lin Qimei. She had a game face on for all 4 ends of that match. And taking the applause of Tan Weilin, the national coach of China, and disappointment for the Colombian. Great sporting spirit. Lady Chica Chica will have the opportunity to play for the bronze medal. But her name's up in lights. Lin Qimei goes for gold. It's the first time that the women's individual BC4 gold medal is up for grabs. And such disappointment for Colombia's Lady Chica Chica. She was so close, 3-2 up, going into the final end and ahead going into the final throw. But a beautifully judged shot from Lin Qimei from the People's Republic of China has guaranteed her at least a silver medal at Paris 2024. She's putting Boccia on the agenda back home in China.
It's okay? Can we improve? Yes?
Our referee, Sandra Monteiro, absolutely delighted for both opponents. Such disappointment for Lady Chica Chica. She'll pull herself together though and will go for bronze. Every athlete knows the pain of coming so close and just being denied. But the greats will come back, and we will see Lady Chica Chica back here, and we'll see her in the pairs competition with her brother Edilson. They're a formidable pair. She can go for gold still at Paris 2024, but it will be the bronze medal match in the ladies individual BC4. For Lady Chica Chica, Lin Shi Mei of the People's Republic of China wins 4 points to 3. So confirmation that Lin Shi Mei will take on Chung of Hong Kong, China in the gold medal match, while Lady Chica Chica of Colombia goes through to fight for bronze against Mat Salim of Malaysia. Came down to the final end of 4. And this will be one that coaches around the world will be showing their players. If only to reinforce how things can change so quickly. Look at that, 2 scores at that point for Lady Chica Chica. And then a match-winning blue through the middle and a place in the Paralympic Games final. Well, it's been a magnificent morning of competition at the South Paris Arena. There's plenty more to come. What a sensational morning of competition, session 7 of the Boccia at the South Paris Arena. And the knockout stages have been proving highly entertaining. David Smith of Great Britain going through to the semi-finals in the men's individual BC1 competition. In the women's individual BC
Yeah, come on.